about Amazon. A story just crossed the wire from our Bloomberg News reporters. Amazon closing a warehouse in Kentucky indefinitely after 3 employees tested positive for the coronavirus. I want to bring in Bloomberg's Matt Day, who covers Amazon for us. Matt, what's the latest on this warehouse in Kentucky?
So this warehouse had closed right before the evening shift on Monday. Amazon said there were 3 employees there who tested positive for COVID-19 and that they'd spend 48 hours cleaning the thing. Now, just a couple hours ago, employees received automated voicemails saying, listen, we're going to close this for an indefinite period. Your safety is our top concern. And this makes, as far as we're aware, the first case, at least in the U.S., where Amazon has said they're going to shutter one of these buildings for an indefinite period.
Meantime, there have been local reports about warehouse issues across the U.S. and certainly warehouse issues in Italy and other places in Europe. Give us the broader picture here. You know, how many times has this actually happened where an employee in a warehouse has tested positive?
So in the U.S., we're aware of at least 9 states where either local media reports or employees who have talked to us have said there's a case in their buildings. Amazon hasn't confirmed a total. But what's interesting about this Kentucky case is this is not a warehouse doing essential goods. It's a facility geared primarily toward returns of apparel and of sneakers. And so some of the employees who were, expected at least until recently to go back to work this evening, kind of voiced concerns to us that, going back to work and risking their health and the health of their families in the case of a pandemic was maybe not a wise move.
Tell us a little bit more. I know you've been talking to workers a lot. What is the sentiment? What are they telling you? And what are they hearing from Amazon?
Well, it sounds like there's a lot of uncertainty. Amazon is not broadcasting these cases widely. They've been kind of quiet with the media, and even in cases where employees work, in the same building as somebody who's caught the disease, it's a text message or an automated voicemail. It's very high touch in some cases. Amazon says it's a very complicated picture, and they're working on that, and they've got hundreds of thousands of employees. But there's just a lot of uncertainty out there and a little bit of fear among the workforce about how risk they are, coming to work to put stuff in packages.
Do you expect Amazon to potentially take a more aggressive stance here? We know that Jeff Bezos has been having these daily brainstorming meetings about how to handle this. We know that Amazon has quite frankly been struggling to meet demand, to deliver, within weeks, things that people seem to need in the middle of this crisis. Could we see Amazon change course?
I wouldn't expect Amazon to back down and close vast swaths of its warehouse network anytime soon. They've said that they're committed to serving people during the pandemic, and there's every indication that their warehouses, which are geared toward kind of multi-purpose stowing of just about any item under the sun, they want to keep those facilities open. They want to keep those facilities moving and getting goods to people. I would be shocked if Amazon throttled back on that promise.
And what's the latest on sellers? We know that they booted some 4,000 sellers yesterday. We're also hearing these stories from sellers about how, the moves that Amazon has made to prioritize essential goods has been just devastating for their business. Where are sellers in all of this?
I think a lot of folks are still frustrated, especially people who have put so much stock into Amazon, literally and figuratively in terms of their warehouse inventory now that is sitting there and perhaps not moving as people go and buy hand sanitizer and wipes and all the things in demand during this time. And I think a lot of that is kind of yet to shake out. We've only are in week 2 of this halt to inbound shipments of non-essential goods that Amazon announced. And so I think a lot of sellers are just waiting and nervously watching their Amazon balance.